Good afternoon, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Happy Monday. For everybody that's working and who isn't working, happy Monday still. I hope you got your rest for the week. All the babies, I know all the babies are out of school today. But I'm on lunch and I just had a meeting with my supervisor. And, he was just like, hey, just checking on you. I want to look over some calls with you. And I'm like, okay. Because I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I handle the calls very professionally. Like, I'm good. But there was this one of my stats that was a little lower than normal. So we just wanted to check. And when I was listening to the video, the calls, I did everything right. Right, I did everything right in the call, but my tone was very lackluster. My tone wasn't very appealing. It wasn't very inviting. Professional, yes, but not very inviting. And then, and there was some call I listened to where I was just a little more matter of fact than I needed to be. Of course, the provider, because I talk to providers and, doctors. And, they got all the information, but I wasn't very invited. I wasn't very, my tone. And I was just like, and when I listened to it, I was just like, wow, okay. I was completely unaware of how I sound. I said, but, and of course he gave me some great feedback, and I had some, had to, self-evaluate even myself. I said, okay, moving forward, I can tend to just, I'll just do a little more so I can do better on the call, do better. And it led me to think how easier our lives would be if we would be this compliant, if we would be this receptive to God or to anyone that God puts in our life to push us. Because we're in an environment now where constructive criticism is looked at as judgment. And from the right person, hear me y'all, from the right person, it's simply that, constructive criticism. If you need to get it together, you know that you need to get it together. I get it. You may not like that you're being told that, but that does not negate the fact that you still need to get together. So, if we could just learn to be more receptive, if we could just learn to understand that for those, hear me again, who are genuinely desiring to help you, right? How about we open our ears more and close our mouth less? Let's listen more to what someone is trying to tell us. Let's listen more to what God is trying to tell us. Because we're so quick to be disobedient. We're so quick to rebel. We're so quick to be offended. And can I help y'all? Sometimes God has to offend you to show you. Sometimes God has to do it to show you, hey, this part of you is very ugly. This will not work in my kingdom. I need you to surrender this to me. Sometimes God has to go that far. Sometimes God has to get as far as breaking you, getting you down to rock bottom for you to see that, hey, I am your father. I am your helper. I can help you, but I cannot help you when you're holding on to control. I cannot help you when you're holding on to rebellion. I cannot help you when you're holding on to disobedience and holding on to your comfort zone. I can't help you there. So how about we as men and women and as believers of Christ just learn to just be more receptive to those who you've discerned are actually trying to help you. Let's open our ears to listen a lot more. Because I can tell you, though, if you listen more, you will hear more and you will understand more. Okay? I love y'all. I hope this encourages y'all. Be blessed.